Just a reminder, today's conference is being recorded.
This is Jack White with the Capital District Growth Team, and the final Monday morning message in their series, which began a couple years ago. And we're very, very pleased to have the incoming governor of the Capital District to wind this sequence up for us. Don Dudey, are you there?
Yes, I am, Jack. How are you today?
Well, we're fine. This has been a good ride, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you're going to be here to finish up and talk about the growth activities and membership that you have planned for the coming year in the Capital District.
Well, thank
What
you.
you got in mind?
Pardon me?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm looking forward to this year starting real soon, and I just wanted to kind of visit with you in regards to my goals and objectives of what I want to try to accomplish this next year. Many things that I'm going to be bringing up would be a continuation of what Tom Gantz has done this year, and so that we can continue that operation and not have any, you might say, break in service or what have you. So, I mean, there are three major goals that I would like to work towards this year. One would be increasing the service in which Kiwanis as a district and as individual clubs work with. We'd like to increase that amount of service. The second one would be if you have increased service, then you have to have increase in funds. So we have to increase our fundraising, the amount that we earn as well as the amount that we spend. And then the third one would be to leverage the use of the SLP programs, the service leadership programs, into the fact that, one, we want to increase the number, two, we want to improve what we're doing today. So with all three of those, you might say, objectives, the ultimate thing is what we're trying to do is increase the membership within each individual club as well as the district over this next year. And that's kind of because in order to do more service, in order to do more fundraising, and in order to do more work with our SLPs, we may be in a position in each club that we just don't have the number of hands, the number of people there to help us out. So that would encourage us to get more members within each of our clubs.
I've talked to a number of clubs in the past, and you mentioned doing this project or this service, and they say, our people are just worn out. They're tired because they had a very small club, and everybody's overworked. And
right.
I've mentioned to them, I said, if you can get some more hands in here, you can do as much or more without people being so tied up, right?
I think that's true. I think, yes, there are a lot of clubs that are small clubs, and we find that the leadership has turned over. I mean, like one individual may be a president for over a period of 10 years, maybe 3 times, or over a short period of time, maybe twice. And in order to rectify that, really the only way that you can do that is to get new members into the club and then train them, get them accustomed what the club is like, and over a period of a couple of years, then they will be ready to be involved into the leadership. That's what my own home club does, is we bring in a new member. We don't do anything with them the first year. The second year, we try to get them on the board of directors for a year, and then perhaps after that second year, they've got some knowledge about the club. Then we can consider, do they want to go forward and be, you might say, the president-elect or the president. And so it takes time to do that, but you have to have new members coming into your club in order to accomplish this. And that's what the whole process is all about. Now, there's a second way in which we can get new members, and I think our district will be moving that direction as well this year, and that is building new clubs. there are many places throughout the Capital District that really perhaps have had a Kiwanis club or right now are growing and really need a Kiwanis club, but we haven't put one in there. So I think clubs and members need to consider that aspect of what's wrong with having a club in a nearby community. You may have your club at night and people can't come to that one. Well, let's try one as a breakfast or perhaps a lunch club. And then you have a different makeup of clubs, but if they're not competing against each other because they're at a different time, and we don't know, it may be even a different age group today. If they're working, it may be a younger group, and let them work. They could go their direction, and the other club, the home club, could go their own direction. So this is another process that we want to explore. Yes.
Yeah, we've had some experience in my area, Southwest Virginia, and across the line in East Tennessee, with places where you had noon clubs, and they introduced a morning club in the same community, and the attrition from the noon club has just been negligible. Like clubs of 70 people, we had one in our town, different brand, and the morning club opened up, and after a year they had lost a total of one member from the noon club to the morning club, which is negligible because a club of 70 people is going to lose 7, 8, 9 every year anyway,
That's
so
correct.
What it boils down to, you're just tapping a whole clientele, a whole new vein of membership. And I think that multiple clubs in one community, if they're done right, is a great idea. Well, what about the SLPs? We were chatting a little bit before they started this recording, and there's sort of a crisis there. We got too many people want to start them. Is that correct?
Well, I'm glad you asked about that because, yes, we are finding that we have a lot more schools out in our communities that do not have a K Kids or a Builders Club or a Key Club or even a Circle K Club. Now, Circle K is a little bit more restrictive because there's not as many colleges as our high schools and elementary schools and middle schools. And we're finding there are a lot of communities around the district that are just begging to have a Builders Club or a Key Club, but we don't have a Kiwanis Club, either not in the community or one is in the community that they're not at this point willing to pick up and sponsor a Key Club or Builders Club. And I think that is that's been really Kiwanis's main emphasis over the 91 years that we've been here, is to work with children. And what better way is there than to support and sponsor a K Kids or Builders Club, Key Club, or Circle K? Yes, it takes a little extra work, but boy, are the rewards something else. I just was able to go to the Key Club International Convention last month in Dallas and just returned back from the CKI International Convention in Birmingham. And boy, talking about enthusiasm and experience and whatever, you go to one of these and you get so pumped up about wanting to get out and work with these kids because they are amazing. And I think clubs that haven't done that need to consider that because it is well worth the effort of getting involved in that. So I think we need to really concentrate in improving our relationships with existing clubs or building a relationship with a school that doesn't have it. And I think this is really a tremendous asset for us.
Don, I can feel the enthusiasm in your voice when you talk about it. We're going to have to wind this up, and let's end on a high note because I think the SLPs are definitely a high note for Kiwanis. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you to all the people who listened to these interviews and little essays for the past couple of years. It's been a lot of fun doing them, and I hope you've enjoyed listening. For the Capital District Growth Team, this is Jack White. Thanks again. Goodbye.
Well,